Outbreak family wrestling fans, welcome to another episode of our show. This time it's time to talk about NXT UK, the best show in the WWE, our favorite show that we like to cover, just because it's 1 hour, it's intense, it's great stuff. This week, probably they were actually trying to give us more storytelling. They were trying to give us what's to come. So that's why maybe it wasn't one of our classics or a 5-star show, but despite of that, they had good matches, and also we get to see what's going to happen for some superstars, not the main ones, but hey, a pretty NXT UK jump.
Yeah, and the main headliner here was going to be Nathan Frazier going against Teoman. That feud is setting off. Nathan Frazier's obviously going to probably have a match with everybody from D Familia, especially with the ending we saw here. We know this isn't over. And, but all the other matches, while they were good, there were no bad matches on this show. Nope. There were no big matches. But like we said last week, it was the unfortunate ending of Blair Davenport and Mako Satomura. Yeah. I mean, great, match if you're into the hardcore street fight. It was a great match up until that point. And, and Ilya Dragunov, we recently just saw him in an empty arena match with Jordan Devlin. That was a fantastic match. So, we were up at these highs. So right now, they're coming down. So I think, but now, they're planting the seeds. Now we know the feuds, we know the storylines, we know where everything's going. The only thing we really don't know yet, and I'm going to question, and I'm going to say now, and I'll probably also say at the end of the review, is we need to see Ilya Dragunov next week.
Yeah.
I think we need to see the champion. I want to hear from him. I want to know what's going
next?
on, what's next.
Yeah, exactly, because it seems like Jordan Devlin is not going to be featured in the title in the title scene anymore. So thank you so very much for being with us. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for also give us all the shout outs and the social media waves, everything. We're very happy. We're really flattered, honored by everything that you do for us. Don't forget to keep doing that. Don't forget to watch the AEW review also. We have a great show because a great debut by Kid Lee. We had also Jake White debuting. Really cool stuff.
And the one thing I'll say, and we don't need to go into it because, hey, we gave you
we gave
you over, watch the review. We gave you over 20 minutes, I'm sure. But, with the thing with Keith Lee that we said, it was great. And the ending kind of flopped. A lot of people said that. So we weren't the only one. So, hey, a lot of people are thinking the same thing.
Why they were doing that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But,
and
check out the whole review.
Adam Cole is going to be the next one that is going to try to dethrone Hangman Page for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship by Jean Paul. He hates the fact that Adam Cole is 4 feet tall.
Yeah, I still think it looks like a fan in the ring. I have to put on my shoot glasses to actually see who it is.
It doesn't look that good. But I guess this is a. The thing with Adam Cole is they need to bring him back. They need to accentuate his strengths and kind of hide that weakness, because for a lot of people, it's not just Jean Paul. It's not corny. It's a lot of people. Adam Cole has everything outside of the height. I'm not the tallest guy in the world, so that's why I can relate to
promo 10 out of 10, wrestling ability 10 out of 10.
Yeah. But the height is, I don't.
Yeah, the height done.
If they could actually give him vitamins or something that he could grow a little bit, it would be amazing for Adam Cole. But unfortunately, that's not the case. But this NXT UK family is opened up with Amel going against Nina Samuels. They had a backstage segment last week, so of course they set up a match for this week, and it was a pretty good match. Nina is I guess one of those. Nina is kind of like the Sam Gradwell in the women's division.
Yeah,
why would you say that? Because she has the segments.
Or the old Sam Gradwell, when Sam Gradwell was just putting everybody over.
Putting people over. They need, we need the baby faces. We're building this girl up. Hey, you mind doing the job for it? I got it. At least I get a match. I get some spots. It's good. But again, Amel, one more time, she's gonna be a good baby face. She's getting better and better in the ring. We see the evolution of Amel, and what is the French hope, the hope breaker. 1, 2, 3, and Amel wins.
Yeah, and you know what? She's very easy on the eyes too.
Oh yeah,
nobody likes. There's 2 big reasons why we like Amel.
2 big cheeks. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. But I agree. I always said she always gets better, and she sells herself legit.
Oh yeah,
she doesn't sell herself bullshit. And Nina Samuels is also good in the ring. Then the match was actually pretty contested. It was good. I enjoyed it more than I going into it. I thought, Amel's probably gonna get the win. But watching it, I'm like, okay, no, this is legit. Maybe Nina Samuels will. They got me into it a little bit. But I'm glad Amel got the win. And I really feel like if they would have put the belt on Bea Priestley, on Blair Davenport, this would have been her first opponent.
Probably,
I feel they would have been a good feud. Yeah. Yep.
I feel that's what it was. That would have been really good. Now we go to the Supernova sessions because Cell Shambles and also Noam Dar, they were about to go into the ring. But you see the Gallas, they had an interaction last week. So you see that like the feud continues, and they still
Yeah.
like
They went into like their locker room and they quick took the Heritage Cup and then they like blocked the door so then they couldn't get in there and they're like, oh, what the hell? Like, oh, we couldn't get out. And then the Gallus comes out and it's
and they run the Supernova session.
Mark Coffey. He's like, oh, this isn't Supernova Sessions. This is Gallus Boys on top. And they're like, oh, let's bring out Jordan Devlin. And then Jordan Devlin's like, oh, this is bullshit. I don't want to be here. I didn't sign up for this. They're like, oh, no, come out, mate. It'll be legit. But they're all like drunk, drinking beer, like, you know, going crazy.
Not taking it serious.
Yeah. And they're like making fun of him. And as soon as they start asking him questions, he goes to answer. They go, oh, that's all the time we have, folks. And he's like, no, this is bullshit. And then Noam Dar and Charles Samuels come out. And, you know, they start going back and forth. And they're like, oh, and then Noam Dar's like, I'm going to call the cops. You know, this is, you know, invasion of,
this
you know,
is a travesty. This is an invasion.
Yes. And then he's like, I'm going to call the police. And I love how Charles Samuels was like, no, don't call the old Bob. The old Bob. I love that. I'm going to start using that from now on, the old Bob.
Yes.
And I'm like, he's like, don't call the old Bob. He's like, don't call the old Bob.
He's like, I'll handle it. Remember, he's like, I got it. He's like, I got it.
He's like, I'll handle this. So, you know, they went back and forth and eventually, you know, it led to, it was a little too goofy and I don't like the humor too much. I mean, I shouldn't say I don't like it because it was good in the aspect where it was believable. I could believe that these guys would actually do it. They don't seem like a bunch of goofballs. It's like, no, I could see them actually goofing off like that, you know, but it was, I guess they needed to change because they were badasses for how long.
Yeah.
And, you know, that run ended. Now they need to change it up. But I like how Joe Coffey at the end of this was still serious.
Oh, yeah. No,
you know, because he grabbed it and he's like, you know, because they took a selfie, you know, there with the trophy, and then Noam Dar, then this is where it got serious. This is all you really needed to see, because he's like, you know what, cherish that picture, blow it up real big and frame it in your room, because that's the closest you're gonna get to my Heritage Cup. And he went to grab it, and then he grabbed it. He's like, no, he's like, you cherish that cup, little man. He's like, because, you know, he's like, you're not gonna be holding on to it for very long.
And he might be the one that dethrones Noam Dar, but I don't want that, you know.
So I mean, this is gonna be, I mean, the match that they put on is going to be legit. So I am looking forward to it. Like I said, the goofiness and everything. I mean, do you think we're going to see a 6-man tag out of this?
I think so. Like, I think like to build for like what the match is going to be the sort of 6-man tag. And when Gallus gets the win, then they can be like, hey, we beat you guys. You know how WWE mentality is. You know how that works. Okay, we can start loving for a match for the Heritage Cup. So, you know, good segment.
And that would also be a way to prolong it, especially if you are going to do the title switch. And it's like, okay, you're going to at least prolong it, add out his title reign.
And a half, and, you know, play my funky music, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it's all about, and that was good. And also we got like a promo with like Jack Stars and also like Dave Mastiffs, because Jack Stars kind of wants to like steal like the best. I think
he wanted to like join with him, which this segment was weird. I was just looking forward to a feud.
Yeah,
but I guess they want to keep him a team. He's like, oh, you know, I want to earn your respect, and you know, Mastiff was kind of blowing him off, being heel, being uncle, and he's like, oh no, so he's like, you know what? Listen, he's just like, you want to earn my respect? Fine. He's like, you know, go out there and earn it. And he's like, oh, he goes to try to touch the jacket or the vest. He's like, oh no. And he's like, oh, he's like, so.
Don't touch that.
And then another thing too, which I thought was pretty good, and I almost thought it was a commercial. I almost walked away because it was filmed so like weirdly, but it was like a thunderstorm going on, and it was Kenny Williams, and he's talking about, he's like, oh, a thunderstorm. You know, they're loud, they're obnoxious, they're annoying, they're bullshit, but you know, and they might even keep you up at night, but they eventually go away. He's like, you know what doesn't go away? You know what lasts forever? A cockroach, the scum of the earth. So he's pretty much saying, Sam Gradwell, you're eventually going to go away. You're going to fade. Nobody's going to care.
You think that you're the best right now.
Yeah.
My time, you know, I'm going to stay here while you're just going to like fade away.
So this is another feud prolonged. And like I said, to me, this is the next guy to be the Heritage Cup champion.
Yeah.
You know, Sam Gradwell. Because I think he's earned it. He's one of those guys I think the fans are behind him too. So. I'm looking forward to their feud too, because Kenny Williams is good. Even if you would put him over, you know, maybe you do something where Gradwell goes against Dragunov, he gets another chance again. I mean, you know, I'm not going to say he wins it, but he gets another match or something.
Next week on that, we're going to see, you know, Sam Gradwell is going to go with like also Kenny Williams, and we're going to see also Wolfgang going against Jordan Devlin, because after that the segment with the Supernova sessions, then Wolfgang where they're all dancing, and you see like kind of they break away. Coffee, both of the Coffees.
Yeah, and then he like beats the shit out of it, dude.
Yeah, and then Jordan Devlin like from a chair shot, and then they crap out of him, and there's like, oh, okay, you know, this is how it is legit. So like they're gonna have a match, but what is that doing? You mentioned that. Ilya Dragunov. So it's like you're taking away Jordan Devlin from Ilya Dragunov. So then that means he needs another opponent. He needs a number one contender there. So there's a good opportunity.
I mean, to me, he should just be cutting a promo. I mean, if you're gonna do something that's like WWE, where somebody just runs in and attacks somebody, just have me cutting a promo and just have somebody have fans be in there, and I can't think of his name now. The bald guy who went away with the beard.
Oh yeah, Rampage Brown. Brown.
Thank you, Rampage Brown. Have him jump the barricade because he went away for a while. That would be like a surprise return. Dragunov cutting a promo. Oh, blah blah blah. You know, I'm the champion. Blah blah blah. This and that. You know, he jumps the barricade, gets in there. You know, knocks him down. Maybe they brawl a little bit, a big pull apart, something. And then, you know, you book the feud because you get it hot because it ended in a bullshit manner. The match, you know, ended in kind of you didn't really like it. So
that you could do. I mean, same thing you can mention. Like they actually addressed Blair Davenport the injury. She's injured. They don't know yet, but like she's actually been injured because these shows have been taped all the way till December. She was told by WWE not to put anything on social media, not to even mention the fact that she was injured until the episode aired. Now that it aired, it was like, oh, I'm done, you know. But at least, good way of WWE to keep kayfabe.
Oh,
you know, that's nice at least. Hey, you gotta get.
Yeah, and well, what do we always say? NXT UK treats it legit.
Hey, you know, Shawn Michaels, at least, I don't know, like the rest of like the goodness of Shawn Michaels is on NXT UK, which is, you know, everybody like Doudrop had a great thing about like talking about Shawn Michaels and saying like had his influence on NXT UK and why is it good? Why like they keep like legitness, they keep like their own aura, so that's really great. So they address that where Blair Davenport, like you said, maybe a few months, is not completely broken. It's just like his friend, like that. Like as far as I know, it's just like that. That's good. Also, we got to talk about another promo because Mustache Mountain is going to defend those tag team championships against, you know, the team that won the number one contendership with Ashton Smith and also Olivia Carter. So like they actually met. You know, at the beginning in school, they're talking, hey, mate, you know, legit, you guys did a good stuff. And then they go, like, whoa.
Yeah, and I like how, I think it was Carter was like, he was like, oh, you know, oh, guys, like, it's legit. And then Smith was like, no. He's like, no, we're not going to be nice.
Yes.
He's like, fuck that. He's like, no. He's like, we're gonna fight these guys. We're going to win these titles. And they're like, no. Yeah, you guys aren't going to win. Yeah, you might have won the match and you're good, but we took our flagpole and we planted it at the top of the mountain. And we're going to be here for a long time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It got heated at the end. So it was good. There was the intensity.
And
I liked it. I wish it was a little more. The only thing, I wish it was a little, it was still friendly completely. I don't think it was their own verbiage. I think they were kind of told what to say intense. I would have liked to see it be like their own words get like actually intense.
Yeah.
It was like a little fake intense, but it was still better than them being friendly. So I'll take it.
That was good. You know, also like let's mention A-Kid went against also Saxon Huxley. They were having a feud. He was trying to train him. He was trying to like make him a little.
It was
more
almost like a
civilized.
friendly match. Like they didn't. It wasn't like a feud. Like like now they hate each other. It was like a friendly match, but it was like weird that they were having a match because they showed the thing from last week. Then they showed more updates this week, and Saxon Huxley, you know, he said the rhyme, you know, when A-Kid walked away, you know, he went like shoot, and he was like, oh, you know, the rain falls gently on the plain, and you know, whatever, and then like A-Kid's like, huh, what? And he's like, oh, and he's like, all bullshit again, and then you're like, oh, fuck, okay. So then it's like, oh, they're having a match next, and that was a head scratcher to me. But I mean, the match was good, and Huxley's great. But I mean, come on, you knew who was going to win this thing. I mean, and a fantastic match. Again, A-Kid's great, Huxley's great. The only thing I'm going to ask you, because hey, if you want to see it, go check it out on the network or Peacock. You know, it's only an hour. NXT UK is the best show in wrestling right now on television. But what did you think about the ending? That like his finish, that DDT where he like got him on the ropes and then he like kind of
came out.
Do you think? Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it was like a botch. Yeah, I don't know if it's because Huxley's so tall. Because he's so tall, I think.
Yeah, no, he was just falling, and then he didn't even sell it, so he just like hit the mat.
So I when I'm like, oh, that's the finish. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, and I mean, but like you said, the A-Kid is like
maybe when he pinned him, maybe the ref was like, go home. Maybe when he pinned him, the ref was like, go home.
It is
like
bullshit. Let's keep going. And you saw what's to come for the A-Kid. Because the A-Kid then he actually was cutting like after the match like a promo, and then you saw the guys from the Familia walk into the ring, and then they got to stare down with the A-Kid. So you see that.
Well, right hey, there. I mean, A-Kid and Frazier. It's there, and then hey, he's gonna bring along Huxley. That's 3 versus 3.
Yeah, there you go. And that
So
takes us to the main event, and that is going to be also like Teoman going against Nathan Frazier. Great match. They went at it extremely great. Nathan Frazier is doing way more agile. The high flying spots. Like he has all of those resources. He has all of those things.
yes,
Teoman is more like in the ring, more like, hey, I'm gonna like more like a submission holds and also like roughness, like really trying to get to the arms, to the chest,
yeah,
things
he's more
like that.
grounded and like
More
will wear
grounded,
you
yes.
down. Yeah,
But in the end, we were both thinking, oh, the Familia is one of like the factions that you need to establish. And in this situation, it didn't happen like that because actually Nathan Frazier ends up getting the win clean. So I was
yeah,
like,
because they kind of
and
like
three
cause it.
against one,
They
kind
kind of like cause a distraction, but like
yes,
the distraction, it wasn't like immediate. And then boom, and it's like, oh, you can blame the distraction. The distraction was there, but there was still a little bit of going on in the ring. And then Frazier, he hits a big moonsault, and then he gets the pin, and it's like that. See, that's the thing. If this was if this was Raja, I'd be like, okay, But now I feel like he's gonna have a match. Now maybe the whole point of this was literally the Brood.
yeah,
This was literally like, okay, who's the guy here? It's not Gangrel, it's not Teoman, it's this guy, Edge,
Yeah.
Dempsey.
Yeah.
This is the guy we're gonna push. So maybe, they say screw you, Teoman. Maybe Frazier's gonna even beat Raja. And then when he goes against Frazier, maybe Frazier's gonna stretch him. Not Frazier, Dempsey's gonna stretch him.
Or maybe,
Yeah.
like you said, like there maybe also A-Kid gets involved into this. So like you said, Dempsey, like you said, is like the guy like looks really legit. He's more grounded. Like his style is unique right now because the styles in wrestling.
Yeah, but I mean, if I was booking this,
he has a different style.
This to me, it was still a head scratcher. A great match, but the ending. I mean, yeah,
Like, man, you need to portray the guy because you need to give the guy the win because he's the leader, and also like he's the guy that put the whole thing together. And but I think I only think that the one reason that they did this is because Nathan Frazier has lost so many times in main event.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's why you should have did something where it was.
Remember,
like,
Walter was the one.
You know what? And honestly, I know they don't like to do it, but see, they really never do it. So this could have been something where if you did it, then it really could have jump started getting Frazier. I'm not Frazier, excuse me, A-Kid and even Huxley involved if you wanted to. It should have been a DQ. It should have been he hit that big moonsault. They're like, oh my god, he's gonna pin him. They grab Frazier, they throw him out of the ring, boom, into the barricade. The ref's like, yo, no, DQ, ding, ding, ding. They power bomb him on the floor. Oh, bring the announce table. And boom, then they power bomb him or do something like that. And Teoman's like, oh, hold him. And then he like hits a big knee or hits a move or something, a finish on him or stretches him out, does whatever in the ring. And then lets Dempsey stretch him, whatever they do. Afterwards, you don't even have to have it. Don't have anybody run out. This isn't AEW. Let the heels have their heat as the show goes off the air. Stretch him out. Get the group over. Nope, nothing. Dempsey wins. And the group looks like they shit their pants. So.
Oh yeah, no, like they did a bad decision here. I didn't like what they did. We'll see what's next. We'll see what they do with the Familia. We'll see what they do with Nathan Frazier. We'll see what they do with the A-Kid. And also the main thing is that we got to see Meiko Satomura and we got to see Ilya Dragunov.
Yeah, I mean, I was fine with not seeing Meiko. We saw that match last week, so I mean, even though it was we got to put ourselves, that don't think it's like 2 months ago, but
yes,
obviously it's, you don't need to have her on. She's obviously had that big match, but I do think we need to see Dragunov next week.
Oh yeah, and we gotta see because those are the main eventers. Those are your main actors. This show was pretty much run by like the supporting actors.
Yeah, the supporting cast. Yeah,
the supporting cast. So you need your main cast, and then we'll see what happens. But this is the show that we have, family. Thank you so very much. We want to wish you a great weekend and enjoy yourselves. There's not going to be a lot of wrestling shows. Maybe NWA has a pay-per-view next week. We're going to have a pack. We're going to have also. We're going to start on Tuesday with the Valentine's or the NXT. NXT 2.0, we're going to do that. We're going to go back to AEW. We have like Elimination Chamber. We have also Impact with No Surrender. So it's going to be a big week for the original Raw break. But before that, we're going to wish you everything the best. And family, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and where can they find us?
Guys, so you don't miss everything that Rope Break posts, make sure you follow us Rope Break on Facebook, the OG Rope Break on Twitter, Original Rope Break on Instagram, Twitch, and TikTok, and of course right here on YouTube, the home of the #1 podcast in the YouTube wrestling community, the Original Rope Break.
And you and me have one more thing that is left to say, and that is...